What's going on, guys? Today's video is Medellin, Colombia safe? So I'm gonna give 3 personal experiences as an expat. I've lived here on and off for 2 years, and then Stephanie also has a story from herself as a local. And then we'll also give one third person experience, one third person perspective of a story I know of another guy. So 5 stories in total that are going to aim to help you determine whether or not Medellin, Colombia is safe. Also going to throw up some statistics here. And yeah, stick around to the end of the video because we're going to give some tips on how to be safe in Medellin, Colombia, because you can definitely maximize your safety by just doing some very simple things, right?
Yeah, you have to be smart here.
Yeah. Okay, first story. We actually just got back to Medellin after living in Taiwan, and our first day back going to Poblado, which is the downtown area where most everybody hangs around, all the foreigners hang around in Medellin. We're walking to our favorite restaurant, and right in front of us was a homeless person. So we're following the homeless person a little bit, not following him, but we're behind him walking to our restaurant. And right as we're crossing the street, another homeless man pulls out a gun and points it at this homeless man right in front of us. And we're like, oh my God. I guess he was just joking, because then he laughed and put the gun away and continued on walking, but it was just pretty shocking to see. Now, I don't know if the gun was even loaded or anything like that, but it was just pretty surprising to see a homeless guy do that right in front of us.
Yeah, it was pretty scary, to be honest.
Okay. Second story. Another hot spot, popular spot here in Medellin for locals and foreigners alike is called La Setenta. It's like a party street with a lot of cool bars and kind of some local restaurants, right?
Yeah.
So after going to the gym one day, we used to live around the area and walk to the gym on that street every day. Oh, what are you doing?
Keep walking.
So yeah, we did that every day, and just one of the days, we did that for like a year and a half. One of the days, we were walking home at noon, and there was like a robbery right in front of us, like probably...
I mean, the robbery already happened. We just saw the people shooting with the gun.
Yes.
And living in the bikes, and everybody like so scared. Like some people was trying to follow the guy with the gun without knowing he was having a gun. So when he put it out, everybody started like running.
Yeah, so basically they robbed someone's a second-story apartment on this main street, jumped out the window, somebody started chasing them, and then they just shot like warning shots in the air right in front of us. We saw them run like 20 feet in front of us into an alley, and that was it. But pretty interesting experience there.
It was pretty scary experience also.
It was pretty scary at the time. Okay guys, and last personal story for me is my friend came to visit. It was his first day in Medellin, and we went to downtown Poblado to party. So we were done with all the partying and whatnot, and we were walking down the street to go get the taxi to go home. So as we were walking, we were being approached by like 3 prostitutes, 3 sex workers in front of us, and the one in the middle rips open her chest, her shirt, to show her bare chest. So we were 3 friends. One went to the left, I went to the right, and then my friend was kind of stuck in the middle, and the girl like touched him. And then he said, oh, that girl like grabbed my penis really hard, right? And my other friend was like, no dude, I saw her grab your phone out of your pocket. So he's like, no, she didn't grab my phone. And then he reached down and felt his pocket. Sure enough, his phone was gone. She grabbed his penis to make him, lose sensation of the phone being pulled out of his pocket. So yeah, you gotta really watch out if you're walking around in downtown Poblado for that kind of stuff, because there are like scams or little organized crime kind of like that, right?
Also like the people who is selling like candy and stuff, they are seeing what you have to feel like, oh, that person to tell like their friends to also rob. Oh, he has this stuff and this stuff in this place, and they will like follow you and rob you.
Yeah, the latest scam I know on La Setenta is that they push, a lot of people are around like selling like these little gums and stuff, and they like push the box into you, and then someone else like steals your phone that they are working with. So
Yeah.
you gotta watch out for that one. Okay, and then what's your personal story?
So once, like 10 years ago, so it was like December, and I was working in the city center as a sales helper, like holiday work. And in that place, you meet a lot of people, like people who also work in the streets, because like when you are going to the city center, you're gonna see a bunch of people to ask you, oh, are you looking for jeans? Are you looking for this or that? So they can take you to the stores, and you get some of the money to the guy who brings you the person who buys the stuff that you sell. So it was like January, and I was walking back home after my university, and a guy stopped with a gun to rob me. It was
Two guys on a bike, right?
It was two guys in a bike, and then one opened his helmet,
Yes.
and I realized I know the guy, but I didn't remember from where. So I was kind of in like a shock position because I was like more than scared. I was trying to figure from where I know this guy. And then I think he realized he knows me too, and he returned my stuff, and they left. And then I realized what was one of the guys I helped, like selling stuff with in like my job in December. So I know the robber, so he gave me my stuff back.
Very lucky. Okay, and the last story is quite a scary one. An acquaintance I used to know here was out partying in Poblado, and I guess he was interacting with the wrong people. I don't know what the whole context of the story or the situation was, but basically, yeah, he ended up about an hour from Medellin, left for dead on the side of the road, but he lived. He's okay.
But that happened
But he
to
got
him,
scopolamine, which is a
like-
common thing here.
like 3 times also, right? Like it happens to
Once
people.
before, I think.
Oh,
Okay, so yes, those are 5 horror stories of safety in Medellin. Now, with that being said, Medellin is actually quite safe if you take care of doing certain things, right? Okay, guys, now 5 safety tips for Medellin. First one is do not walk around with your phone in the street. Like if you're don't be looking at maps trying to get around the city. Basically, like you have to stop and like make sure you're in a protected place, kind of.
yeah, like a safe place, like maybe inside of a store you check your phone, or like next to like a policeman. Or
Because
something.
one of our good friends got their phone stolen like that. We lived down the street, and like at least had a huge like terrace, and every time it was like once per week somebody got their phone stolen. We
Yeah.
heard the alarms going off, right?
Yeah,
Because
it was-
we ran outside and see like, oh, somebody got robbed.
Yeah. The second one is always, if you're gonna meet someone from like a date app, check first their social media, Facebook or Instagram, and check they have like pictures with other people, like comments, just to make sure like the person is real, and like if something happens, you at least have like the way to get back and make something to like knowing who is the person, right?
Yeah. Okay. And then number 3 is don't walk around at night. Basically, like unless you're in like kind of like tourist areas with like police presence, like Poblado or La Setenta. But outside of that, you don't really want to be walking around. Always
Yeah.
try to take an Uber or taxi at that time to get home. The last one is no dark papaya. So the saying is like a whole from all of Colombia or just
All
Medellin?
Colombia, like always,
No
like,
dark papaya.
yes, don't show your expensive bills. If you wanna show you have money or stuff, you are probably attracting the wrong people. So you better like keep yourself in a like unknowing situation. Like don't call so many attention on you.
Right.
Because already, if you are not from here, they're gonna know it. So you don't want more attention to you.
Okay, guys, we're not saying all this stuff to make Colombia look bad or Medellin look bad, but we just want everyone coming here to know what could happen out there if you don't take the proper precautions, basically.
Yeah, there is a bunch of bad bad experience for tourists here recently, like a lot. So we don't want that.
A lot of good ones too, though.
I mean, yeah, but,
Mostly good.
yeah, but it's still having bad stuff, and probably it's because people don't know.
Right.
So it's better like you guys know this, and we don't want something to happen to you or nobody in general. So that's why we made this video.
So guys, if you liked the video, go ahead and consider subscribing to our channel. Pop a like if you got value out of it. Help us out with the YouTube algorithm, and we'll catch you on the next one.